Ride, Climb, Drink, episode 3. Super stoked and excited to be here. Again, got a whole bunch of new, fun, cool climbs coming out of Alta Boulders in Chandler, Arizona. Let's check them out. This is a V4 out of Alta Boulders in Chandler, Arizona. This was the flash go. So, the footwork, so sloppy. So. So embarrassing though. Check this out. A little over exaggerated. Yes, of course. There was no need for me to do that dynamic movement, but there was every need for me to do that dynamic movement. Because it is what it is. I am who I am, and I'm going to do it every single time. But like I said, okay, so the flash go. The footwork here is super shoddy for sure, but there's something beautiful and something lovely, I think, about posting the first go where you're struggling and trying to figure out and work a problem in the process as you're doing it. I think it's fun to see someone work through the problem and figure it out on the wall and not just go up there and just make it look easy. It's cool to see the process as it's unfolding and happening in the moment. Dude, just having fun climbing boulders. I'm going to be quitting in the bouldering gym right now. This was a V4 out at Alta Boulders in Chandler, Arizona. So this thing has some really good overhang to it. That's really kind of hard to see here, but there's some overhang. And this was also the flash go, so my footwork is kind of not really good. And I'm still trying to figure out the problem on the wall. I mean, of course, when you're down on the floor on the mat, you have an idea, kind of what you want to do and where you want to go. But sometimes you jump on the wall and it's like, okay, that's not going to work. Plan A is out the window. Let's go to the store and pick up some plan B. You know what I mean? My beta, my choice. Okay, so being that this is the flash, this move up here to the pinch is like a really big move. It's like a dead point to the pinch. And so like I'm a little nervous because I don't want to blow it. I don't want to blow the go, you know what I mean? And so I'm a little hesitant to jump up there because I'm not the best. I'm not the greatest at pinches, and so I don't want to jump up there and then go to grab it, and then I just, fall, and then there goes that attempt. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm at a competition, but who doesn't want to get the climb in the first go? It ended up being like super good, so it was what it was. There's no need for me to pause. Just commit. Just commit all the time. Pretty excited to get it. I'm at the point right now where I'm flashing a lot of V4s, unless it's like a tricky beta or a low percentage kind of dynamic move. I'm usually getting a V4 on the first go, so pretty exciting stuff. Getting stronger. This is a V5 at Alta Boulders in Chandler, Arizona, on the big wall. I think this is the wall that goes up to 17 feet, so super fun, exciting stuff. And so a lot of volume work on the arete, though there's this little tiny little hold at the very beginning that I just could not get for the longest time because you have to really trust your foot and put that pressure on there. But my toes are complete shit at this point. And so it's basically I'm literally putting my big toe on that hold, skin to hold. My big toe is literally poking through my shoes, trying to hold on to that hold right there. Trying to get any sort of leverage on a non-existent toe was a little rough, but we make do. We make it work. The beginning had a really fun flow to it. You use the arete and then some cool volume work, and you sneak in a heel hook. But then you get to the section where you have to use that toe and dig it in there because that move up to that next volume, you really have to commit and dig that and drive that left foot into that volume to get some leverage to jump up there. And for me, that was a really big move. I have a pretty good ape index. I think I have plus 3 inches, which is quite a bit, quite humongous if you ask me. So as far as like my whole proportions go, pretty good for climbing. Though overall, I mean, I don't have that big of a wingspan, so that was a pretty big move. But after I nailed that was really the crux for me, is really digging my left foot into that hold enough to where I can jump up and get that left volume hold. But after that, not too bad. It was basically a flash go from here because this is the first time I've seen this part of the climb. So I'm still trying to figure it out. And then once you get to the top of the wall, it's like, I'm up here. But super fun climb. This was a V5 at Alta Boulders in Chandler, Arizona. Pretty good mix of some crimps and then some pinches and then a really fun heel hook. Like a really good one though. Like even in my shittiest of days of doing a heel hook, I could have got this one. So I blew my flash go trying to do this dynamic move to the pinch, and then I'm like, okay, forget that. Let me just go the intended way. And so here we go. This is my second attempt on the boulder. So still trying to figure it out. Slightly overhung, but basically vertical. And dude, that heel hook right there. Okay, so I have a better angle that I'll show you after this, but that's what it was. And then that was a pinch that I tried to go dynamically to, and then just like could not hold on. I mean, it was like 1 to 10, but I was like, okay, forget that. Let me just do it the normal way. Okay, and so that right foot was like so like slopey. There was just like no friction to it whatsoever. Did not have an edge. It was basically like a pressure hold where you have to really dig your toe into it, but I don't have a toe. That toe is gone too. Both my toes are like non-existent. So I didn't really have a toe or any rubber to really dig into that hold. So that's where I thought I was gonna lose it, and I was a little nervous. So I'm just like really trying to find like some sort of friction, but I ended up getting it. So it was super fun. Okay, so here is a different angle that I caught with my phone to give you a better look at that heel hook action. Overall look at the climb, I guess too. Bam! Up over the arm like that. Super good heel hook though. I mean, look how much of the heel I can get on that hold. Basically, I can get my whole calf muscle on there. Fun stuff though. Pretty solid climb. That was a V5. This climb right here, oh man, this fall could have ended up way worse than it actually did. Oh. I really lucked out here. So this was my first attempt once I got on top of this volume section here, and I'm feeling around because on the floor, on the mat, when I was looking at the climb, I was thinking, okay, so I'm going to get up there, and it's going to be like a pressure move where I'm supposed to just stick my hand at the bottom of the hold and really kind of use the tension and pressure from the volume through my body to my hand and just really push it up into it. But once I got up there, okay, I was like, no, that's not it. So then I'm like, okay, let me start feeling around to maybe catch some sort of hold on that finish move. And so that's what I'm doing here. Well, at the same time, I have this tiny crimp on my left, and what do you know? The fucking dry fire. And I fucking fall. It was a pretty good fall, so let's check that out again and let's break this shit down. Okay, so here we go. Feeling around. So I'm thinking, let's press up into this hold. Okay, that's not working. Okay, let's reach around and feel for the actual hold, and let's get this fucking top. Bam! Dry fire. Immediately, I'm thinking, fuck. But at the same time, I kind of got the actual good part of the hold up there. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can still salvage this. But no, I absolutely cannot. Too much momentum going backwards. And at that point, I'm like in panic mode to where I'm like, oh, fuck. And so the first thing I'm thinking is, okay, I don't want to fall backwards because I'm like at the top of the wall at this point, and I'm just going to come crashing down. I don't know what's behind me. Obviously, there's a mat, but did I leave the brush there? Who knows? So at that point, I'm like, oh, fuck. So I reach out to try to grab like a fucking hold because I'm like, okay, well, I could just grab the hold and just stay on the volume. But little did I know, my feet are already off the volume at that point. So when I do grab the hold, I get a good grip of it, but my feet are gone. I have no feet because they obviously left the volume. And so at that point, I'm just like falling still. But since I grabbed onto that hold, it pulls me back into the wall and back into that volume that's right below me. And so basically, I just pulled myself back into more holds to fall into. But luckily, it wasn't too bad where I like slammed into the wall or I didn't fall badly onto a hold or anything like that. I was able to get up and walk away. But one more time for shits and gigs because that was a pretty good fall to watch. Oh, fuck, man. What was I thinking? And obviously, I'm just like happy to be able to walk away from it. But at that point, I'm like, okay, well, let's give this a solid good brush because I don't want to fucking dry fire again. So this is a V5 at Alta Boulders in Chandler, Arizona. I didn't realize you couldn't see the bottom of the climb, but you're just missing a foot chip on the right foot, and that's about it. But really cool flow at the beginning with some fun volume work. A little bit overhang, but not too much. For as much as I do not trust volumes, I do trust this volume enough just to chill up on there to do this little hand swap on this horrible crimp. And then at that point, I know to go straight to the fucking hole at the very end. I ain't playing around with that bullshit press. But yeah, super fun climb overall. This was a flash go on a V4 at Alta Boulders in Chandler, Arizona. Some crimp action on some really good overhang. And not too bad though. I think you can get like a really good pad on all of these crimps. So not really too crimpy, I guess. But I am taking my time trying to figure out the climb on the wall, and a really solid flow, I would say. Overall, just holding the tension on there and making sure I don't fuck up. Super excited to share this climb with you, and it was so much freaking fun to climb. And you already know why. Definitely one of my favorite climbs of the whole set. Definitely my favorite climb of the week that I'm showing you now. But yeah, it's a V5 at Alta Boulders in Chandler, Arizona. You got this dope ass heel hook that you throw in there, and then dude, the dynamic movement, you can't tell, but it's a really good overhang, and then so you're like doing this jump backwards. The jug is good, but it's always an awkward like dynamic movement. But bring that shit back. Let's watch it again in real time. Oh man. So much fun. Okay, so on the floor, I knew there's a hole there, but when you get up on the wall, I cannot see it whatso frickin' ever. So I'm like trying to peek my head around the corner to see what's going on because I know there was a hole there. I could have sworn, and I ended up finding it. But so this was a flash go. So I'm still trying to figure it out while I'm up on the wall because I mean, you know there's holds, but then we get up there and like, okay, damn, where are they at? Yeah, got the top on the flash go. Super excited. That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about, boy. Okay, so check out this other angle. You get a really good look at that heel hook at the very beginning, and then this dynamic movement with that overhang, dude, fucking flying, baby. And swinging. Okay, so at this point, this was my second go, and by then I'm like, okay, so for sure there's a hold up there, but I reach out there. And I just didn't catch it. And I'm like, fucking, where's that hold? But yeah, okay, so here's again, the other look, the different angle. You can't see the top, but you already know I got it. But it's so much fun to climb. And as you can tell, right? Isn't that such a dope ass climb? But yeah, that's it. Cool. Thanks for watching. So much more climbs coming your way for sure. Got some rides coming up as well. If you're into fixed gear riding, got a cool ride coming your way. And then more climbing content for sure. So if you're into climbing, you like riding bikes, for sure, give me a like, subscribe, follow, whatever, and then see you next time.